Hi, this is John Schaefer. You're listening to WNYC On Demand, podcasts, streaming, and MP3 downloads available when you want at WNYC.org and iTunes.
WNYC is supported by the Metropolitan Museum, presenting concerts, curator talks, and lectures with Patti Smith, Tango, Sharon Isbin, Christine Ebersole, and others. 212-570-3949 or metmuseum.org/tickets.
This is Soundcheck. I'm John Schaefer. Superstar Rajinikanth might be the biggest movie star you've never heard of. At the age of 61, he's made more than 150 movies in India and is the second highest paid actor in all of Asia. He's been producing, directing, and starring in his own action films since the 1980s, and his films are obligated by contract to bill him as Superstar Rajinikanth. That's all uppercase with the superstar. He's been a relative unknown here in the States until now. Grady Hendrix joins us to explain the man and the superstar, Rajinikanth. Grady, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So, who is this guy? Why is he so beloved in India?
You reveal your ignorance not knowing who superstar Rajinikanth is. Rajinikanth is the most loved celebrity in India, which is really weird because he's from the Tamil film industry in the South, which is not the Hindi Bollywood industry everyone's familiar with.
This is not Bollywood.
No.
Okay.
His movies are often dubbed into Hindi. He's done some Bollywood movies, but he's really a Southern, homegrown hero. And he's not who you'd expect. I mean, he is bald, mostly, and does not wear a toupee in public, except when he's in a film. He's sort of this stocky guy who sort of looks like your dad. He does not look like a muscle man. He's no Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's got a mustache, which is really out of style these days in the States. And, but he is Rajinikanth. He is a force of nature. If you ask Indian film fans about stars, they'll sort of groan about a few. Amitabh, so, he gets a little stuck on himself and this kind of thing. You mentioned Rajinikanth. People will go on about what a saint he is, what a tremendous man. He's a superhero.
And what is his superpower? What is his trademark? What is he known for?
Rajinikanth is, I don't know if you've ever seen Tom Jones in concert, or Rajinikanth delivers this sort of hyper-masculinity. So
are women throwing their undergarments at him?
No, please. He's a nice Hindu boy. No one's throwing undergarments anywhere. But he is sort of the epitome of macho style. He's always stylish. When he points at something, you hear a whip crack. He's really well known for things called punch dialogue, which is rhyming dialogue he speaks before he punches someone. He is...
What a nice Hindu boy that is.
He is. Well, he always fights for the underdog. He fights for the poor. He usually plays an engineer or a doctor or often someone who's been overseas and they've come back to India and they're there to save people from corrupt politicians.
Now, you said this is not Bollywood. In Bollywood, almost all of the films are musicals.
Yes.
Are his films musicals?
All musicals, yeah.
So he sings, he dances. Well, does he sing?
No, but he has been a playback singer, and he does sing playback on some of his songs. But like every other actor in India, he sings to a playback singer who's someone else doing the singing for him. Although I will say, before his fans, lynch me, he has sung his own songs before in his movies.
All right. This is from the 2007 Tamil political thriller and musical called Sivaji, a bit of bilingual dialogue and the sound of one of the films of superstar Rajinikanth.
Welcome, boss. I mean the new boss. Thank you. Boss, he's Mr. Adiseshan.
Hi, I'm Ravi Chandra.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. I like it.
எதுங்க
உங்க ஊத்தப்பல்லு.
I have no idea what we were just listening to.
It sounds like robots are fighting, and actually what's happening is Rajnikant has walked off a helicopter, shaken hands with someone, and taken off his sunglasses.
Okay.
Everything he
hasn't
does
punched
is
anybody.
no.
in this
Everything
scene.
he does is bigger than life. The things that sounded like hydraulic arms, that was him turning his sunglasses around. That metal noise that sounded like swords at the end was him flipping a coin. Everything he does is just, in these films, completely over the top. He punches someone, and they fly through the windshield of a van and out the back window. He is, he is larger than life in every sense of the word.
And he's coming to a theater near us, apparently. And this
yeah, the thing that's hard to grasp is when you see a Rajnikant movie, how crazy and over the top they are. And to an American, they'd look very campy and very ridiculous. However, his new movie is the most expensive movie ever produced in India. It's probably about $30 million. Stan Winston, the people who did the Terminator and all that, did the special effects. Yuen Woo-ping from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon did the action. A.R. Rahman, who's won a couple of Oscars, who works with him a lot, did the music.
Slumdog Millionaire.
Sure. And, Rajnikant, investors are not worried. They know they will make the money back. This movie's opening on 2,000 screens around the world. It's up in Times Square right now, but I'm not going to see it because it's in the Bedbug Theater. But it'll be out on DVD pretty soon, and you can see it if you're out in Jackson Heights. So on the one hand, it's easy to laugh at Rajnikant, and he doesn't care if you laugh at him. On the other hand, he'll mop up his tiny tears with giant, fistfuls
many
of
rupees.
rupees. Yeah, exactly.
So it is easy to laugh at him. It's easier now than ever before because the movie is opening worldwide.
It's
so
everywhere.
You don't have to be in India. October 1st, it was the opening date. It's playing at the Jackson Heights Cinema. We're speaking with Grady Hendrix, writer who runs the New York Asian Film Festival, and the score to most Rajnikant films over the years, and it's been a lot of years, many of them have been by A.R. Rahman.
Yeah, A.R. Rahman, they started working together in '95 on a movie called Muthu, which is, if you can find it anywhere, really just jaw-droppingly fantastic. Rahman really actually sort of shot to international fame working with Rajnikant. Muthu became a big hit in Japan. He's done Rajnikant movies that have been dubbed and released in Germany and became hits there. I mean, Rajnikant working with Rahman were really, they really helped each other. There's a lot of synergy becoming these big stars. And what's interesting is also Rahman is also from southern India. He's from Tamil Nadu also. Bollywood really poaches a lot of its best talent, its best directors, its best cinematographers from Tamil Nadu and also from the Telugu industry.
Well, as Hollywood does as well. They see a hot young English director, they'll bring him to Hollywood.
Exactly.
It's the way of the world, it seems. This is interesting. You mentioned this movie Muthu from 1995. This is the A.R. Rahman score, a little bit of it, to this Rajnikant film. And then we can see how the music has changed as the same team works on the new film. Well, there's a kind of an almost James Bond-like quality to A.R. Rahman's music for this 1995 Rajnikant movie called Muthu. Skip ahead to the new movie that opened on October 1st. It's called Enthiran, the Robot. Same director, Rajnikant, same musician, different sound. Some of A.R. Rahman's music for Enthiran, the Robot, the new film from the Tamil superstar known as Superstar Rajnikant. What's with the superstar all in caps?
If anyone deserves it, it's him. It started appearing on his movies years ago, and that's what everyone calls him now. That's what his movies refer to him as. In fact, in one of his films, I think it's Chandramukhi, at the end of a musical number, all these kites that children are flying form the word superstar across the sky. It's, it's one of the things about Rajnikant that's so great is this is the kind of entertainment and the kind of star that we haven't seen in the States, probably since the 50s. He knows how to make an entrance. Usually one of his movies will begin with an intro song, which is someone will say, "Hey man, who are you?" And usually his character's name is also the title of the movie. And the first intro song will be all about who he is and what his name is. He enters on helicopters. He crashes through windows. He rides in on horses. Every time he enters, it's a big entrance. I mean, this is showmanship on the kind of level that really it's hard to believe still exists outside of Las Vegas.
And this is a guy who not only stars in the films but produces and directs them.
Well, he doesn't produce and direct all of them. He usually produces all of his movies because he's so huge that he doesn't even take a salary so much anymore. He just takes a cut of the profits, which is amazing. I mean, it's made him sort of the second highest paid actor in all of Asia after Jackie Chan. Even rolling in Jackie Chan's Hollywood movies, Rajnikant still makes just behind him with this profit sharing, but he doesn't direct so much anymore.
So what about Hollywood? Bollywood with Slumdog Millionaire has crossed over. What are we calling this? Tollywood or Collywood?
I think they call it Collywood.
This is the Southern Indian film industry. Does he have any chance of making inroads in Hollywood at age 61?
He really doesn't want to. One of the things about Rajnikant that people love about him is he's a hometown boy. He's very humble. He's not a big, he doesn't make a big splash. He doesn't travel around with a bunch of bodyguards and an entourage. He's a 61-year-old dude who's balding. And one thing people love about him is he seems to show no interest in Hollywood. He has a massive fan base, a massive amount of support doing what he does. Why mess with something if it's not broken?
And it sounds like he's got the Hollywood thing down pat there in India anyway. Grady Hendrix, writer, runs the New York Asian Film Festival. Thanks so much for sharing the story of superstar Rajnikant with us.
It's always a pleasure to spread the gospel of Rajnikant.
The film Entheron the Robot opened worldwide on the 1st. It's playing at the Jackson Heights Cinema. And that'll do it for Soundcheck today. On our next program, more and more concertgoers are using their smartphones to videotape live concerts, and we'll hear why not everyone is happy with this new takeaway culture. We'll also have live music from Fran Healy of the British pop band Travis. And join us in the Green Space for performances next Tuesday from super producer Mark Ronson and his band. Nellie Mackay has a new album out. We'll hear her and her group as well. Be in the audience next Tuesday at 2 p.m. That's October 12th. For tickets, go to wnyc.org/thegreenspace. Soundcheck's technical director is Irene Trudell. The program is produced by Brian Wise and Greta Cohn with Megan Dever. Our senior producer is Joel Meyer, and we had help today from Jim Briggs and Tiffany Kamhai. I'm John Schaefer. Be with us again at this time, next time, for another Soundcheck. Thanks for listening to WNYC On Demand. Please check out our other programs at wnyc.org or on iTunes. This free service is made possible by our listeners. Become a member of WNYC today.